I am Allison Budd, and I'm the rabies coordinator for Charles County. Rabies is a virus that invades the central nervous system. It is contracted when a person has contact with an animal, whether the animal is dead or alive. If the animal was infected with rabies and the person had an open wound or a cut on their skin and had contact with them, it could pass through into them, affecting the tissues and eventually going to the brainstem and affecting the central nervous system that way. It can be contracted through your mucous membranes, like the nose, the mouth, and the eyes, as well as through the open wound or through a bite that could occur. It is almost always fatal, it is preventable, and it is treatable if we catch it in time. We would like the public to know if you do come in contact with an animal or your animal comes into contact with another animal, first thing you should do is contact your local authorities. The Charles County Sheriff's Office would get in touch with Charles County Animal Control, or if it's a weekday, you could always call the Health Department in White Plains.
My name is Katie Roche, and I am the lieutenant with Charles County Animal Control. When Charles County Animal Control receives a call for a bite or a scratch, an animal control officer will respond out to the location of where you are, and they will start what's called a contact report. This contact report reports to the Charles County Health Department that there has been a bite or scratch, which can also be known as an exposure, that has occurred in the county. And the whole purpose of this report is to ensure that there is no rabies virus exposure between the animals involved. So what an animal control officer will do is they will confirm, is this your animal? All of your contact information. Does your animal have a current rabies vaccination? And then they will put the animals involved on a quarantine period. And this quarantine period is more of just solitary home confinement. So your animal does not have to come with the animal control officer. They are just in solitary home confinement at your home. And the whole purpose of this quarantine period is to make sure that they do not show signs of the rabies virus. The symptoms that you want to look out for during that quarantine period are, does the animal act lethargic? Does it act differently in any way, shape, or form that's not of the norm of your animal's behaviors? Is the animal excessively thirsty? Does the animal become overly aggressive? And is it scared of water?
Once we receive the contact report at Environmental Health, we will evaluate the situation. We'll go through the report that was collected on the street by Animal Control or by the Sheriff's Office and verify rabies on the animals that have been quarantined by them. Normally, the Sheriff's Office and Animal Control will put the animals in an initial 10-day quarantine. It will remain 10 days as long as we have the animals that are involved in quarantine. If we don't have one party or one person's information in order to make contact and verify that rabies, it could become a 45-day quarantine. What that will require is you'll have to go to the vet and get a booster rabies vaccine, and we'll monitor that animal at your house for 45 days. If we don't have the other animal and your animal is not current on a rabies vaccine, it could potentially turn into a 120-day quarantine. That would require myself coming out to your house 4 times, once a month, to verify that your animal is in strict isolation. So it is very important that your animal stays current on their rabies vaccine in order to prevent any type of a strict isolation quarantine such as that. So yes, stay away from wildlife, monitor your pets when they're outside, don't leave them outside unattended, and contact your local authorities to do the contact report just so that we can prevent any rabies from occurring. We have had coyotes and cows and horses and otters, and so yeah, it's not just indigenous to cat and dog and wildlife. It could be anything mammal. If you need assistance with a current rabies vaccine, please contact your local animal control or Environmental Health, and they can put you in contact with somebody who is possibly putting on a clinic. Sometimes there's free clinics, sometimes there are reduced cost clinics. That information is available on our websites and on social media, on Facebook, and if you have any questions, just give us a call and we'll answer them.